What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King, aka first name Rage, last name is him. Back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, I ask if y'all please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rage Reacts. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution Dollars vibe. And y'all, I ran across this little clip here from everybody's favorite prize fighter, Jake Paul, doing what I think is, I'm not even going to say it's stupid. I'm going to say it's pretty ballsy. I'm not even going to lie. I'll give him credit. But while it's being ballsy, it is being a little bit silly. And why am I saying this? It's because of the confidence in the terms and the language that he used. Now, I'm not one to hit a word police anybody. I'm just simply saying maybe you could have chose your words just a little bit better, bro, because I think you're getting way ahead of yourself. So, what is Rage King talking about? Allow Rage King to show you what's up, and it's time to watch and react. Let's get it.
I know my boundaries. I want to fight Anthony Joshua exclusive because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. I know
he just got knocked out, right?
Yeah. He doesn't have a chin, and he has no skill, and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends, all this shit. But I want to fight you.
Now, now look. Rage King is not one to just, shit on somebody's ambition. By all means, do what you do. If you got that confidence about you, do what you do. However, I will push back a whole lot on this one. In particular, when you said this. Let's hear it again.
I know my boundaries. I want to fight Anthony Joshua.
That I don't have a problem with. Because let's just be honest. Jake Paul, in my opinion, is one of the better promoters when it comes to fighting in this day and age. You say what you want to, feel how you want to about him. He is an excellent promoter. He is. Look at how many people tuned in for him fighting Tyson. Though Tyson was 60 years old. Look at him promoting fighting other athletes. In particular, older athletes or people that aren't true boxers. For those that are not aware of Anthony Joshua at one point in time, here very recently actually, was one of the top 3 names in heavyweight boxing. One of the top 3. A world champion several times over. Keep that in mind. Here's where I push back on what Jake Paul had to say about Anthony Joshua.
Exclusive because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass.
He just got knocked out, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have a chin, and he has no skill, and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony.
That's why I got to push back. There's no denying. Did Anthony Joshua get knocked out in his last fight? Yeah, he did. He got knocked out by a fast and up. He got knocked out in the game. In the world of boxing, that's gonna happen. In the world of boxing, everybody has a puncher's chance. All it takes is one clean punch at the right time, and your ass is looking up at the mat. Your ass is on the mat looking up at the ceiling. You understand what I'm saying? But when you sit there and say he has no chin, he's no skill, he's stiff, my guy, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but it sounds like you're describing yourself more than anything. Now, does Anthony Joshua have his faults? Yeah. But you are talking about someone who was on top of the boxing world for several years. Something you have not done. As a matter of fact, unless it was Tyson and he was 60 years old and 30 years past his prime, my guy, you didn't look too particularly well in that fight neither. Everything you just described of Anthony Joshua could very well be described about you. And let's just keep it all the way 100. Anybody with eyes can see. You can go look up the clips yourself. I don't even have to bring them up here. Everybody with a clear mind knows that fight was fixed. Everyone knows, bro. It's no secret. And if it is, it's a piss poor kept secret. Alright? Because I guarantee you, the very fight that you had with Tyson, even at 60 years old, had you not paid him off to throw that fight to sell some tickets, your ass would have been on that mat too. There was a few times 60-year-old Tyson rocked your ass. There was times Tyson, you can look at the highlights. I'm not bullshitting. There were times where Tyson lit up on your ass where he could have easily dropped your ass and reminded the world why he was called Iron Mike for a reason. Again, not knocking your confidence, Not knocking your ability to promote and sell fights. Not knocking your nuts. No did it. Because every man should feel that confident. But let's just keep it all the way 100. Anthony Joshua is not like any other fighter you have fought in the past, bro. This is a guy that is still relatively in his prime. He's still relatively in his prime. Yeah, he lost his last fight. If your name's not Floyd Mayweather, even the greatest have lost fights. Muhammad Ali done lost fights. Evander Holyfield. R.I.P. rest in peace, the late great George Foreman. Joe Frazier, R.I.P. to him too. There have been plenty of men, great boxers, phenomenal boxers, world-class athletes in boxing that have taken a loss. Taken several of them, other than Floyd Mayweather. But to sit here and say that you know you would just beat his ass, and the reason why you think you can beat his ass because he's slow, he has no skill, bruh, there is no such thing as not having any skill at all while being a world champion. All right? Again, this ain't knocking your athletic prowess. I'm just thinking in this case, in this point in time, unless you pay Anthony Joshua to throw the fight, or you get supremely fucking lucky, you not just beating Anthony Joshua's ass. Would you get a good punch in here too? Yeah. Is there a possibility that you could knock him out? Of course. Because everybody in a boxing ring has a fighting chance, has a puncher's chance. But to sit there and say you just know you'll beat him, miss me with that shit. Miss me with that shit. And I think in this case, though you're doing it for money and a promoter fight and sell tickets, if this fight happens, which I hope it does, my guy, you not just finna walk in on the former world champion still in his prime and knock his ass out. But I will also give you credit for this. At least you're choosing to fight people that are actually boxers and in their prime too. I will give you credit for that. But if you think that just because you won a fixed fight against Mike Tyson and you fought retired athletes that weren't even boxers to begin with and you beat them, don't think that that shit's finna happen to a former world champion still in his prime. I'm calling it now. The only way you win that fight, the only ways you win that fight is if you get supremely lucky or you get paid off or you pay him off. Because ain't no way, and Rage King means no way, you finna just go in on a former world champion and think you just finna do the do-si-do around him. You think you just finna just shit all on him. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Mike Tyson once said this, and I'm gonna leave it at this. Everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face. But that's just my opinion. I do think you're biting off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. In my opinion, I'll go a step further. I think Anthony Joshua, if he was to accept this fight, and he go at you in full Anthony Joshua mode, he gonna give you everything you can handle and a shit ton you don't want. But again, that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about Jake Paul calling out Anthony Joshua. Do you think he's delusional for saying what he said about Anthony Joshua, just thinking he just finna whoop his ass? Do you think Anthony Joshua gonna teach him a lesson? Would y'all like to see this fight? As long as y'all are respectful and logical, we can have a conversation. But that's the end of my video. Hope y'all enjoyed. It's been a pleasure making it for you. Rage King will catch you in the next one. Now, hashtag that. Enough said. Goodbye.